Hey, this your girl Michelle Diva. Excuse me. I am bringing you another episode of the season finale episode of The Real Housewives of Miami, season 7, episode 17, Frosty Friendships. Oh boy. All right, so I really and truly feel like that a lot of people stopped watching after Julia threw that water on Gertie. I yeah, my views on my reviews went down. I think a lot of people just stopped watching. I don't know. So I'm kind of glad it's over, okay? Anyway, if you are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. We do reviews here, okay, y'all? And if you are returning, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, y'all. Give me a thumbs up. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and we will begin. All right, so Marysol is hosting Pajama Christmas, and Alexia is hosting the girls at the beauty bar on the same day. Why? Why didn't Marysol tell Alexia, since they quote unquote bros? Okay, okay, a quote unquote bros. Why she didn't invite Alexia to this party? I don't know, because apparently the party, Marisol's party, was planned before Alexia's party. So I don't understand why Alexia, decided to have it at this time. I don't know. But I would have went to Marisol's party instead of getting the mani petty, okay? Because Marysol, first of all, she had free pajamas. She got free IVs, free facials. Um, what she got jewelry, free jewelry, everything. I would have been to Marisol's party all day and all night, okay? But she, like I said, Alexia giving mani petties and Marysol giving everything else. So Stephanie, Larsa, and Adriana and Gertie show up to Marisol's party because they want the free stuff. Because apparently, Marysol gets a lot of free stuff from companies because she was in PR. She gets a lot of free stuff from companies, and she just gifts it to the girls. I ain't mad at it. I'll be Marisol's friend too. Okay, Gertie being rude. Okay, I don't know why Gertie was acting like this. Apparently, a lot of people online saying Gertie got ADHD. She's showing signs of ADHD, and I kind of figured that too. She may need some medication. Um, but she like, take. There was some charm bracelets that they were giving away free. No, I don't want this one. I don't want this charm. I don't want this charm. Can you take all these charms off and put these charms on and hurry up, because I need to get to all the free stuff. Gertie, come here, baby. You could have asked her to. First of all, you could have asked her and not told her. Second of all, you could have asked her to take the stuff off, and I'll be back to pick it up. You ain't gotta rush her. The girl's face looking at her like, I know she ain't trying to tell me to hurry up. Yeah, you you could have been like, I'll be back to pick it up. I'm going over here to get some more free stuff. Okay. Yeah, because they had the little claw thing that comes down, and all the bears had like boxes on the thing. So, um, if you get the bear and stuff, it comes with a box, and Stephanie got some earrings and stuff like that. Listen, I would have been up all in Stephanie. Marisol's party. but I wouldn't have been acting like Gertie. But anyway, Larsa was annoyed. She was like, "Well, you can't talk to her like that." And she was like, "The free stuff will be there. Don't worry about the free stuff." I was just like, "Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about the free stuff. I'd be like, okay, you." I said, "I'll come back and pick that up. Let me go over here and see what else I can get." That's it. I didn't like that, Gertie. I didn't like that at all. I did not like that. Okay. Sometimes you can't get on my nerves too. Anyway, so but Kiki and Summer, that's Kiki's daughter, and Julia and Lisa go to get mani pedis from what's her name, Alexia at the beauty bar. So Adriana is talking to Gertie about how Julia only thinks about herself. Um, and Adriana feels used by Julia into to get into basically to get on the show. She was like, they say, to meet these group of friends. No, to get on the show. Adriana feels used by Julia because she got on the show, and then once she got on the show, she dropped her like a bad habit. That's basically what she's saying. So Johnny, um, Alexia's son. Well, Johnny is Alexia's friend, and she talking to her son, Alexia's son, Peter. But let me ask you a question. Don't Peter always sound high? Don't he sound, he really sound high. Okay. Frankie, who actually was in the accident and actually had brain damage and stuff like that, he seemed like he talked better than uh Peter, because Peter always sound high. He sound like, you ever watch that show Teen Mom? And was 16 and pregnant. Okay, so on 16 and pregnant, Macy, her boyfriend Ryan, um, who Peter sound like. He sound like Ryan, but Ryan was high all the time. Ryan was high all the time. Okay, he was in and out of rehab. Okay, the Bentley's daddy. Yeah, yeah, Bentley's daddy. Them kids probably about 16, 17 now, ain't they? I think so. Oh, yeah, cause they were pregnant right after I was pregnant. Yeah, they about 16, 17. Anyway, Bentley. Bentley's dad, Ryan, yeah, he always sounded like, he was high, which he was. And Peter always sounded like he high. I don't know nothing about Peter and all his extracurricular activities, but he always sound high to me. But anyway, then the producers asked Alexia, has Todd talked to uh, the kids, and she was like, "No, these ain't kids anyway. Goddamn it!" Well, they said the boys. These ain't even boys. These is men. Okay, these is men. Okay, and I don't. Well, they divorced anyway, so it don't even matter. Todd and Alexia avoid divorced anyway. But I'm just like, I'm glad they divorced. Hopefully, just like Lenny, I'm tired of them talking about Lenny. I'm tired of them talking about Todd. Anyway, next day, Julia has her opera event for the foster care people. I don't know. Okay. I'm still upset that they gave these two black boys to Julia and Martina. I just really hope they do right by these little black boys, because, and I need for them to get, they're gonna have a they're gonna have a culture shock when they get into school and stuff. When they get called a nigger, and and they be like, huh? What? They're gonna have a culture shock. Okay? And you're gonna have to talk to them about, that kind of stuff. Okay, especially if they go to private school. Especially. Okay. But anyway, so Julia's supposed to sing with this thank God she's singing with somebody else. Some Florida Grand Opry singer, okay? So Julia starts singing, right? Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like. Okay. Then the opera singer starts, and so she drowned out Julia. That way, we don't have to hear her because Julia cannot sing. Okay. So Kiki, Marysol, and Alexia show up to this little opera thing for these foster care people. Okay. And so, but Adriana doesn't show up because she is rehearsing with her band for the program for Stephanie. And so they're making such a big deal about Adriana is not showing up. Adriana's not there for her friend and all the other stuff. But they don't make a big deal about Gertie, Lisa, Stephanie, and Larsa not being there. They ain't saying nothing about none of those people not being there. They making just a big deal about Adriana not being there. Yeah, that's stupid. Anyway, so like I said, she sound horrible, but the for real opera singer drowned her out. So thank God. So then they get ready for Stephanie's Christmas party, and that Christmas party looks really nice. They had a little fake snow and stuff, and they had a Santa Claus and stuff. It was real nice. I liked Stephanie's dress. So Kiki show up with her dad, Lorest, okay, because the proceeds from this party is going to Haiti. Apparently, Stephanie makes a drink for Kiki, and so they're going to sell that drink, and all the proceeds will go to Haiti. Hopefully go to her family, so they stop bothering her. But anyway, so everybody else show up: Larsa, Gertie, Marysol, and Steve, Lisa and Jody, and Adriana. Kiki and Adriana go talk, and Kiki apologizes to Adriana. Kiki tells Adriana that she doesn't think she's racist, and and Kiki tells Adriana, "You are beautiful for Lady Yo A." You are beautiful for Lady Yo age. Hey, and I agree. She is beautiful for a lady her age because she's 70 now, ain't she? Yeah. So I think she's way beautiful for a lady her age. She looked better than Marysol. Marysol 72. So she looked better than Marysol. So Alexia and Julia show up late. So they they talk about how Adriana didn't show up to the event, and then Julia texts her, and Adriana left on red. It's stupid. Stephanie said she had a concert, so she asked everybody to go to a different room, and so Adriana showed I guess she fashionably late. Okay. So she finally come out, and I didn't know this, but she can't sing either. She can't sing either, okay? So boo, tomato, tomato to Adriana and Julia. They both can't sing. Hold on, let me get that. Boo, tomato, tomato. Neither one of them can sing. So I don't even know why they even mad at each other because both of them can't sing. But at least, and I'm gonna give this to Julia. I mean, to Adriana. At least you can dance to Julia. I mean, to Adriana's music. Okay, because she has some musics, fire and some other feel the rhythm, feel the beat, feel some kind of beat, some rush or something. I don't know. So at least you can dance to it, you know. It's got a little Latin feel. You can dance to it. So, but they both can't sing. And then she started playing the piano. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Then she said, "I love my dog. I love my dog. I love my dog." I love my dog. 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 I love my dog.
Whack, whack, whack.
Boo, tomato, tomato. Okay, that was stupid, stupid, stupid. Okay, what?
Oh hell no! What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell out there? What the hell?
I love my dog. I love my dog. I love my dog. I said, and then apparently it's on line that you can download it. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Okay. And all the girls was not amused. They were like, "You singing about your dog?" Okay. But then Julia pulls Adriana to the side to talk to her. Julia was like, after she get off stage, after this that stupid ass dumb shit, she get off stage and Julia pulled her to the side, say, "I'm happy for you, Adriana." You know, um, so but then Adriana was like, but no, Julia was like, but you are punishing me for making friends. And so Adriana was like, well, don't gaslight me. I ain't punishing you. She said, well, why didn't you come to my event? Julia said that. Why didn't you come to my event? And so Adriana got a crazy look on her face. She said, I had my band rehearsal. She was just like, I just can't say, listen, I got to go to this event, so we're going to cancel this rehearsal. These people, uh, I had an appointment or whatever to rehearse with this band at this time. I couldn't go to your thing. And so she said, you want me to cancel my dreams just so I can support your dreams? So, and so she was just then, uh, Adriana said, you started this last year, I guess, singing. She said, I've been doing this for 14 years. You still can't sing. Anyway, and so Julia was like, well, you jealous of me singing? She said, no, I'm not. She was like, you are a fake, mischievous, bad friend. And so Julia was like, shame on you, Adriana. And Adriana was like, shame on you. She said, you're toxic. And all I can think about was Britney Spears. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? Toxic Teddy now. I don't know how that just came to my my memory, but I was just like, that used to be the bop. Now talk about a bop. That used to be a bop, honey. I'm addicted to you. Don't you know that you're toxic? I can tell you now. I think that was my favorite song by Britney Spears. Now that I think about it, it's still on my playlist, my workout playlist. Anyway, so, but she said you're toxic. I see you. Your mask is off. We were not friends, and I'm gonna treat you like you treat me. So I'm gonna be a friend of me to you. And so this lady, I think that was Stephanie's mama, but this lady in red trying to get their attention to stop yelling, or she just wanted to get some camera time. I don't know, but this lady in red trying to get their attention. And so Adriana tried to walk off, and then Julia was right behind her, talking about, well, did you support me? And so, no, Adriana was like, well, did you support me? And then Julia was like, well, have you checked on my children? Come here, Julia. That didn't go. That didn't go. Your children was not the topic of conversation. That's between you and Adriana about how you are being a bad friend, Adriana. And Adriana being a bad friend to you. You didn't need to bring in your children. You deflecting. Okay, you bringing in your children. You deflecting. You ain't have to bring in your children. Okay, but she said, "Did you check on my children?" And Adriana was like, "Well, am I their godmother?" I mean, is she their godmother? Okay. You ain't appoint her the godmother, even though she wrote a glowing recommendation so you can get these kids. You ain't, have them be the godmother. So whatever. But Adriana said you used me to get in this group, and now you don't need me anymore because you trying to get in with the bros, quote unquote, Alexia and Marysol. While they arguing, Larsa and Marysol and Alexia saying that I love you, I love you, I love you. Yeah, because Larsa is also trying to get in with Marysol and Alexia. I don't understand what this dynamic is in this group setting. Is everybody is everybody trying to get in with Marysol and Alexia because they feel like they the cool kids or something? I don't understand what the dynamic in this group is. I said I don't even know, I don't know even know who the queen of this show is. I know who the queen of Salt Lake is, but I don't know who the queen of the show is. I don't understand this, why they're doing this. I don't know. I don't know. That's the reason why y'all ratings are so low, because nobody knows what's going on here. Nobody knows. Marysol is a friend of. Okay, so I don't understand why it's a big deal about you getting good with Marysol, because she a friend of anyway. Okay, you can get in with Alexia. Why? She don't have nothing going on. I mean, I don't understand what the dynamic is, but I feel like everybody should just come back except for Julia. I'm with everybody else. I listen. You can't be throwing no drinks on me and expect you know. But Julia, yeah, I don't see it for Julia anyway. So anyway, um, but Adriana in the confessional saying she Julia is a narcissist, and she exchanges one shiny object for another. So apparently she was a shiny object, and so now she's going to get Marysol because she is shiny object, or Alexia because she is shiny object. She said, and so she was engaged 9 times until she found this world champion, Martina Navratilova. Okay. And Julia in the confessional saying Adriana was her best friend, but behind closed doors, she was controlling me and guilt tripping me. So Stephanie get on stage and she was just like, she gets on stage and makes an announcement about this Kiki drink and all the proceeds going to Haiti. Kiki gets up and give her speech. Everybody's moved. Marysol then then Kiki tells Adriana that Marysol said you did call me ratchet, and we talking about Kiki. You did call me ratchet, and Marysol said she gave you the word wretched, you know, because um, to get you to she gave you the word wretched basically. So then Marysol said, "Yeah, uh, Adriana, you did call Kiki ratchet, and so I told you to say that you meant wretched instead of ratchet. So Kiki won't be so mad at you. But since you and she said, and so I just wanted you to stop talking about me for at least 2 years, and so we had a peace treaty, and the peace treaty you failed because you talked about my knees and all kinds of shit, and um so she said no, because that the knees the plastic surgery on the knees came earlier than that. But she said that you was talking to Stephanie about me. And so she was like, so the gloves come off. So that's why I told Kiki that you did call her ratchet. Okay. So yeah, so then Kiki so what did okay, so Marysol to Adriana said, well, are you going to manipulate me, you know, and call me old because it did hurt me as much as it hurt you when Kiki said it. And so then Adriana was like, well, you are wretched. Not ratchet, wretched. She said, because you are old and miserable. You look like a funeral. You look like you're going to a funeral. And Marysol said, well, you look like you going ice skating. Okay, because she did have on a little ice skating leotard for her performance. Yeah. So Stephanie was like, "Listen, this is a holiday party. Let's go and give gifts." And so they gave gifts, and so everybody happy about this makeup that Stephanie gave them. So then that was the end of the episode. So they go into what's going on now. Adriana's still not speaking to Julia. Kiki is trying to buy a condo in Stephanie's building. Julia, uh, one of her daughters met the boys and one of her daughters didn't. Okay. Larsa is still being a cougar to another Black Panther cub. Okay. Okay. She being a cougar to another Black Panther cub. So hopefully they don't get married. Okay. Gertie is still in solo therapy. Uh, what else? Stephanie, one sister, she is communicating one sister, one sister she's not communicating with, and Alexia and what's that boy name? Todd are divorced. Okay, that was the end of the episode. So give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. The next video is the reunion, so we'll see what's going on in the next episode. So peace.